Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello, lovelies. It's Monday. You know what that means, don't you? It is Motivational Monday. And I am telling you what, I am motivated. I'm on top of things today. How about you? How do you feel about that? Hello, Catherine. Good to see you. Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Dish. This is putting vibrancy back into your life, heart, mind, body, and soul. That's what we do here, and I love that you show up and you share this video. I love all of it. And it's good to see all of you. MJ, Angie, thanks so much for showing up. You ready? You ready for this Monday? Are you ready to take this week to the next level? That's the question that we have. And so often how we set up for our levels is everything, isn't it? I see Elizabeth and Kathy and a bunch of other you guys. Hello. There's Julie. So good to see you. Sandy's in the house as well. Fantastic. Deborah, hello. So anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Instead of going into this whole thing on how we get things done, we're instead going to focus on the why, that hot desire of why, right? You ready for that? We're going to talk about it. And of course, you know, every single Saturday we change our quote of the week. You know that, right? Our quote of the week is a good one. And of course, I didn't flip things around. Didn't do it this time. It's freedom begins between your ears. Gosh, how true is that? Don't you feel that as well? It does begin between your ears. We have the freedom to think of anything that we want to think. We have the freedom to focus on anything that we want. We have the freedom to dwell on anything that we want. And here's the thing that I know, is that when we have our focus on the right thing, and we are laser focused on all of this, and we are in it to win it, and when we have a hot desire going on too, unstoppable. We just have to sometimes clean those things up. So it starts between your ears, y'all. It starts between your ears. I want you to feel that fire in your belly, you know, in your heart, because it's everything. It is everything. It gets us through. It lights our lives up. And isn't it just so much more vibrant? Have you noticed that? How much more vibrant your life is when you have that focus, when you have that hot desire for something? Boy, are we going to talk about it today. I mean, our way. And don't forget, we have this week, this is second to last day for Crave Crusher. I'm telling you what, if you have an issue with cravings and you haven't gotten a hold of them, I'm going to tell you right now, Crave Crusher is your friend, along with L-glutamine for the quick. I'm going to just show you how to do L-glutamine. This is my L-glutamine, and I take it with usually a damp finger, but I'm just going to demo. It's on here. Clean hands, of course. It goes on your teeth, your gums, and boom, shakalaka. Takes the craving right out right then. L-glutamine is an amino acid that has the ability to go up and just go boom right there and cut that craving off right at the knees. Isn't it amazing? I learned about this from a psychiatrist who specializes in addiction and uses this on her patients. She has them carrying this stuff around. It's fantastic. And then Crave Crusher takes it a step further and takes you all through the day. So if you're suffering with cravings, you don't have to be. This is science, guys. There's science behind all of this. I love me some science. If you're science lovers, throw me some pinkies. Throw me pinkies all day long. Pinkies up. And these cups are almost gone. We're going to be doing a whole new batch. These pinkies up cup go out when we are when you send me in a nice big fat order. We send you a nice little thank you note and a Pinkies Up cup. So listen, that's something that you can get. Tonight's the night. Do you want me to sing to you? No, you don't. you sincerely do not want that. But tonight is the night. We are doing our webinar on how to crush the sprint. Speaking of science, because there is science behind everything that we do here. There's science behind the supplements. There's science behind the programs. There's science behind all of it because science is our friend. It tells us things that we need to know, right? It shows us from all the tests and all the research and the double blind fill in the blank thing. Yes, Patsy got it. She said West Side Story. It tells us what we need to know, and it shows us what we need to know. And Vanessa, I'm gonna save your ears. I'm not gonna do it. It tells us what we need to know. It says, no, don't spend your calories this way. You have to understand it. It isn't just about calorie counting. Amen? Come on. Here's the thing. Calories are a thing and they need to be looked at, but it's only a part of the equation. Tonight, I'm gonna show you why. So if you're not signed up, come on. Get signed up right now. And as a matter of fact, tell your friends about it. What I want to do is prevent anybody from falling over into the holiday. You know what I'm talking about, the holiday mayhem that comes. We bake, we do things that we don't normally do, and I'm telling you, now is the time to put the guard up. I'm going to show you how to do it tonight. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint, and you know what you're going to find? You're going to find a little sign-up page. It's on ConvertKit and all of that. Get signed up for it. Even if you can't come tonight, you'll get the recording. And I've got some new stuff that I've added to the webinar. I'm really excited. You can always tell when I'm in research mode. I've got all my stuff out. But this is going to be good stuff, you guys. It's going to teach you how to do the sprint and do it on steroids. You want that, right? I do. I'm doing it. I'm with you. So today, so savingdinner.com/sprint, and that will get you there. Boom. Patsy said she loves the Crave Crusher. Crave Crusher's the best. Yes, Sarah, get fired up. Sarah's going to show you how to get fired up. She's got the fireballs coming. Drop me some fire emojis right now, please. I'm ready to get fired up. Let's put this whole world on notice. Oh my goodness. I've got some really good stuff for you today too, because today's Motivational Monday. And you know what I've noticed? That what happens is we lose our motivation, and then we're just kind of, waiting for it to come knocking on the door or, calling us on the phone. Hey, it's me, motivation, pick up, But RoboKiller gets it instead. And we don't want to do that. Where we want to go is we want to go to the hot desire of our whys. And we want our motivation to self, it's sort of like having solar panels on your house, all day long they heat up, and then at night they're doing their business, We, sidebar, Mark and I were looking at houses online, right? And I said, look, this one's off the grid. We've always had kind of that little thing. And I was thinking, all that work that you have to do, instead of just plugging something in, you got to do all these different things. And anyway, we were looking at all of that, but that's the whole thing. We can self-perpetuate our own motivation, y'all. We can make it happen. Look, here comes all the fire. I love it. Thanks for the fire. But today we're going to talk about the tyranny of how, because we get lost in that kind of stuff. And even though tonight I'm going to be telling you about the how, and I'm going to show you the science, and I'm going to show you how you can really take this thing to the next level, I am. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Still, there's information. There's this jump of faith to make a quantum leap into the life that you want to live. There is. It requires faith. Your hows can't all be lined up. You can't have it all just laid out in front of you and just saying, hey, sure, no problem, no issue. Don't you wish? But it's not like that. It's not like that. It requires something from us. It requires faith. It requires us to get lost instead in the hot desire of why. Why do we want to do that? Sarah, why do you want to run a 5K? Why do you want to get off? Why do we have all these people who are saying, I want to get off this medication? Why? Why is that a hot desire? Well, the hot desire is that you want the vibrancy in your life. right? And doesn't vibrant look like good health? Doesn't vibrant look like strength? Doesn't vibrant look like it's all that you want? No holds back. You're not being held back by anything. You can do what it is that you want. That's vibrancy. Vibrancy isn't, well, I can't do this and I can't do that and I'm stuck here and, can't do that. No, vibrancy is saying whatever you want. Life is a big buffet table and you get to partake from anything there that you want. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. And focus then becomes the answer to the problem. What are you going to focus on? It's just like what we talked about. Freedom begins between your ears. What are you going to focus on? What are you going to tell yourself? What is going to be the whole thing going on? I've shared with you before that my mother was a massive hand wringer. I loved my mom. My mom and I had a wonderful relationship. But I remember the times when she used to just, everything had to be lined up perfectly and in a row or her whole world fell apart. What a way to live your life, And she lived to be 83 years old. And I'm going to tell you that I think she really, that would probably be a regret. And I don't know what it was in her life that triggered her to live a life like that. But there's a lot of people out there like that. There's a lot of people who have their focus so much on anything that might go wrong, and that's too much, it's too little, it's not enough, it's this, it's that, it's good grief. It's exhausting is what it is. And it's high stress, and it's insanity. And what I want to do is bring you to the place of allowing yourself to be like a little kid. Be like a little kid of, instead of saying, I don't know how to do this. Be the kid who's stuck on, I'm going to learn how to walk. Do you think, toddlers, do they say, before I learn how to walk, I need to understand the technique for all of this. They're not focused on that. They're focused on the end means. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be focusing on the end. We need to be focusing on that beautiful goal that we've set for ourselves. We need to be focusing on all of those things and not all this other stuff. When we get stuck on being focused on, I don't know how, it's going to be too hard, I can't see how that, but what about this and what about that? Can't I eat mushrooms? Can't I eat this? What about the berries? But fruit's so healthy. And on we go. We go into this whole pattern of talking ourselves out of something and not recognizing the vibrancy of the goal in the first place. Do you see that? Are you seeing that with me? The vibrancy. Do you remember Chinese handcuffs? Anybody? You got that? That's what they were called. And it was this. You found them in like at the fair. You'd go to the fair or something, and it was this little straw tube, and you put your fingers in, and then you have to try to pull them out. You remember that? And it was just like, you can't pull it out until somebody tells you the secret. And the secret is just to push them together and then just take the thing off. That's how it works. They're finger traps, exactly. And we'd get our fingers stuck and trapped by struggling so hard. And this is what we do when we get stuck in, I don't know how that's all going to work. We just keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and it isn't as hard as we think it is. That's the truth. Because when we can allow the creativity that we all have inside of us, and when we can start looking at a community that we all have around us, and we can start lifting each other up and start being excited about each other's goals and all the rest of it, things start to come together. Have you ever seen that? Because that's where your energy goes. Your energy goes to that stuff instead of the hand wringing, instead of the pulling apart, instead of trying to figure it out. It's a lot easier than you think it is. It is so much easier than you think it is. Where your attention goes, where your focus goes, that's where your vibrancy goes. So you lose your vibrancy if you get stuck in the house. If you get stuck into the house, you're gonna be stuck on square one. Square one doesn't take us to the next place. Square one is just only square one. We got to go all around into that circle. And to do that, it's a leap of faith. It's becoming and being like a little kid. You don't know how to ride that bike, but by gum, you're going to figure it out, right? And not only are you going to figure it out, but you're going to probably fall a couple of times, and you're probably going to skin your knee a couple of times, and you're going to cry. But what does a little kid do? Do they say, that's it, I'm never going to learn how to ride a bike? Or are they looking around and saying, you know what, I'm still going to learn how to ride a bike? Maybe they're going to want to come in for a minute and have you kiss the boo-boo and put a Band-Aid on it, but they're going to go back out there and do it. That's us. That's who we need to be. That's who we need to model ourselves off of. Somebody who's that excited about learning this new thing. Somebody who's saying, yes, I'm in that. That's what I want. When that happens, we get results because kids aren't focused on what they're doing. They're focused on the result. They want to ride the bike, the two-wheeler with no, training wheels like the other big kids. They're focused on the result. And so being focused on that result is getting them to the place of results so much faster than if they stood in the place and said, well, tell me the technique first, dad or mom or whoever's teaching them how. It doesn't work like that because they are focused. And let me just say, if you've ever taught a kid how to ride a bike, they're emotional about it, they're excited about it, that's all they can see is themselves on a bike, riding that bike. That's all they can see. And that's what I want for you. I want you to see that goal for yourself, that vibrancy, that goal for yourself. What is it? We have so many people with so many different goals. Well, I want a smaller pair of jeans. Check the box. I want to be off the medication. Check the box. I don't want to hurt all over. Check the box. I don't want to be bloated. I want my digestion in line. I want my skin to clear up. I want to feel good in my own skin. Check those boxes. When you are looking at that goal with like the dedication of a little kid learning how to ride a bike, that's where your vibrancy comes from. That's where your focus goes. And that's when we can start feeling like ourselves again. That's when we can go off into the place of just feeling free because our focus is there. We got to start with our thoughts. And our commitment to that goal is key. You can't stop. You can't just say, no, I'm not going to do, well, maybe for Monday I will, and Tuesday, it's gone. Sorry. No, because that bike's not going to ride itself, honey. Is it? It's not going to ride itself. Get back on the bike. Get back on the bike and let's go. And don't quit. We can figure out a million ways how not to do it, but your personal customized way of getting it to that place of how it's going to work for you, that's between you and you, right? Here's some information though that I'm going to drop, and tonight we're going to do it. We're going to drop some information bombs. I'm going to give you some science, and I'm going to help you get to the next level. You ready? Patsy said, let's go. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, let's go. Here's the thing that I know, that when you're focused and you are on fire for your why, you're going to get it. There's nothing stopping. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. I have seen this over and over and over again. So what I'm asking you to do is to engineer your goals to fit the vision for yourself. Engineer those goals. What is it? And feel free to go big. Feel free to say, I want all of this. I want it all. You have no reason to say, oh, that's too hard. That's not going to be good enough. I can't do it. I'm not worthy. Surrender to your mission. Surrender. You want it? Surrender to it. You want it? Start thinking about it. You want it? Do you really want it? I'm telling you, be on fire for it. When you put emotion behind it, it's like it just pushes it. It's like lighting it on fire. And the things that happen inside of you too, you change. It's not that the goals changed, you've changed. You've started focusing on the different things. Your thoughts have become different. Everything is different. And as it becomes different and you start thinking differently, you start doing differently. That makes everything. So suspend the disbelief, for heaven's sakes. You ready? Suspend the disbelief and focus and refocus as necessary. Because as you focus and then get refocused and keep going forward like a cha-cha, 2 steps up, maybe 1 step back. But man, you're dancing, honey. And when you're dancing, you know what? Your life's on fire. Your life is on fire. Because that feels good. It feels good to see this for yourself. It feels good to know that you're doing the right thing. It feels good to get out that measuring tape and measure your belly. It feels good to have your jeans fall off, doesn't it? It feels good to wake up and not be hurting all over. It feels good to have skin that you can go outside without makeup on because your skin's pretty again. Doesn't all of that feel good? Those are the things that should be lighting you on fire. You want it, you can have it. It's not without any kind of barrier there. There's always going to be some kind of little obstacle. You can jump over it, can't you? There's always going to be something. There's someone who's going to tell you something. Are you really going to let them discourage you? Oh, you're on another diet. Oh, you should be eating breakfast. You have all these amateur nutritionists come out of the woodwork to tell you how to do things. And just say, no, thank you. I'm working with a nutritionist. 25 years. She knows what she's doing. That's what I always tell you. I tell everybody to say this. Stop it. Just don't listen to this. And yes, Cassie just said it. I can jump over the obstacles. Yes, you can, because none are too high. We are always, it's never going to be just like this smooth sailing. It's never going to be just this itty bitty tiny, simple, easy thing to do. You're going to have to fight for what you want. You're going to have to fight your thoughts. You're going to have to fight people around you. But guess what? Put up your dukes. Are you ready to get this done? Are you ready to stop letting the holidays take you down 7, 10, 15 pounds? Are you ready to let your life be on fire because you are and you see the goal ahead of you and you see the possibilities? Who's ready for that? Who's ready for that? Don't shrink your vision. Don't shrink your goals. Go big and say, yes, I can. And I'm going to tell you what, we've got a fabulous, we just had our meeting today, and we've got a goal planning workshop planned for you. So I can't wait. Well, I'll tell you all about it when we have everything ready. But this is the thing I want you to know. Anything that you want, if you're willing to put a little fire behind it, is absolutely possible. Absolutely. You have to believe it, and you have to put your thoughts behind it. You can't have your thoughts be the tyranny of how. Oh, I don't know how. No, it has to be instead the hot desire of why. Because that just makes everything explode. It makes everything explode. And then buckle up. Surrender to the mission. Make a decision. Don't say no to yourself anymore. You got that? It's time to say yes. You know what? It's November. And it's funny, somebody put in the thing, Cassie, the webinar is saveyourdinner.com/sprint is what it is. But somebody put in our group today or yesterday, I think it was, that November, and it's saying no to different things. And it was weird because I was thinking that this morning, that Sunday morning when it was November 1st, I was thinking there's a lot of things we should say no to. We should say no to the sugar. Come on. Can we just admit that sugar is evil, that sugar is addictive as heroin, and that sugar has taken many a woman down? Can we just admit that? Yes, it is. Yes, we know that. And yes, we know what it does. And isn't it time that we stop giving our power away to a food group? Can you believe it? We do this to sugar. We give our power away to sugar. Why do we do this? Well, there's addiction. There's all kinds of things. We can fight it, though. We can fight it. We have the tools. I just showed you. I just did my little L-glutamine demo. That's takes care of it right away. I told you about our Crave Crusher that we have on sale. You buy 3, you get the 4th one free, and then you put shot what is it? Ships free in the promo window, and you get the shipping free. It's a huge savings, and it's going to help you. The science is behind you. You can go to savingdinner.com/show, by the way, for our supplements. But this is what I want you to know, that you have the ability at any time, whenever you decide to turn off one thing and turn on the other. You can turn off the sugar. You can turn off the cravings. You can turn all of this stuff off. I've got the science. I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you. Yes, you're going to have to fight it. Yes, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. But do you need to live on the struggle bus? Do you need to say, well, it's just too hard, I can't do it? Absolutely not. There are tools. There are supplements. There are programs. And then there's your own head. You can do this. Focus on the ends, not the how. Focus on what it is that you want, not, oh, it's too hard. Focus, focus, focus. What you focus on expands, and what you dwell on becomes your destiny. I want you to have the destiny you want. I don't want you looking back with regret. I don't want you saying that this is just not what I want. I'm not having it. Don't get stuck in the methodology trap. Instead, understand that you have the power to have exactly what it is that you want when you decide to turn up the heat on the right stuff. That's all I'm saying. So fireballs, ladies, fireballs, throw it down. Don't get preoccupied with how. Get preoccupied with your goal and be on fire for that. A hot desire that just won't stop. Who's with me? I need some pinkies on that one. Yay, Sarah's on fire. I love to watch the fires. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. You know, sharks grow according to their environment. They do. So a shark will either, if you've got a shark out in the ocean, it's going to be 8 feet long. If you have a shark in a little fish tank, it's going to grow to 8 inches. So your environment's going to support you. Your environment's going to support you. Your thoughts and your beliefs are going to support you or not. So set up your environment to support you. Change your thoughts when they come up and just say, no, I'm just not going to go there anymore. I'm going to think these things instead. And then your belief system needs to be on fire for you. For you. I'm on fire for you, and I'll hold space for you until you're on fire for yourself. I will, I promise you. But I'm going to tell you right now that when you join forces with a community like this one, and when you decide that it's time for you to step out into this unknown, a little scary, but when you make that decision, and remember, every time you choose something, it's a decision. Make a decision for yourself this time. Make a decision that you are going to hold your goal loosely, a little loose in your hands. You're not sure exactly how it's all going to happen, but man, are you on fire for it. You want it. Sarah said, look out, ocean. I'm coming and I need room to grow. Amen. So do you want to be trapped in this little tiny tank, or do you want to be a full ocean to grow to your absolute potential? That's the question you need to ask yourself. And what are you going to be on fire for? That hot desire for what you want for your life? Or are you going to be on fire worrying and struggling and talking about how you're worried and you're struggling? You can focus on that all you want. And I promise you, there's plenty of company that will come alongside and just tell you their experiences too. But what I've found is they're not going to get anywhere. What I have seen, however, is people who are focused on their ends, focused on the goal instead of the how, they're the ones that make it happen. Yeah, we're going to lay out plans. We're going to give you all that stuff. And tonight you're going to hear all about it. But I want you on fire for yourself. Fire. Because that's what's going to take you to the goalposts. Score! All right. You guys are amazing and wonderful. And thank you so much for sharing this. And don't forget, share, share, share. Because you care, care, care. This, oh, here we go. It's Ava Jane's cacao, sea salt, and this seasoning blend is all going out tomorrow to our biggest sharer. Yeah, as long as you live in the United States. These are just fabulous. We love our Ava James. She's fantastic. Good stuff. All you have to do is share it publicly, say a little bit of something about it, and I'm telling you, my team is we're reading that list, checking it off. It's the naughty or nice list. I so love that you guys show up. Thank you so much again, and share this publicly. Say a little something about it, and who knows, this might be going out in the mail for you tomorrow. Peace be with you. Thanks so much for showing up, and I'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. SavingDinner.com/sprint.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.